Have you ever had the feeling that something about this reality just isn't quite real? What if the life you're living, the world you experience, is actually a kind of dream, a construct shaped by your own mind and beliefs? What if you had the power to change it? This isn't about escaping into fantasy. It's about recognizing the flexible nature of the world you perceive. We often think of reality as a fixed stage, but what if it's more like a dream, a dynamic, fluid experience that responds to your internal state? Think about it. Just as dreams have recurring symbols, your life also has repeating patterns, a familiar location you keep returning to, a persistent type of relationship, or a constant emotional reaction that seems to surface again and again. These patterns aren't random. They are like the repeating symbols in a dream, a recurring house, a familiar face that shifts and changes, or a persistent feeling you can't shake. The very structure of this reality, from the daily routines to your deepest held convictions, could be a manifestation of your subconscious beliefs and societal programming, similar to the invisible rules that govern a dream. Understanding that this reality is a dream is not about denying the world around you. It's about recognizing the power you hold to shape it. It's about seeing the potential for transformation within the very fabric of your experience. Much like the characters in virtual reality simulations or films like The Matrix and Inception, we're immersed in a world that feels undeniably real, but is, in fact, a construct. Ancient spiritual texts and modern science converge on this idea. They all hint at a reality more malleable and responsive than we typically believe. But for the purposes of our exploration, think of it metaphorically, not literally. This understanding opens up possibilities far beyond what we typically consider real. Knowing this, you will gain increased personal power, the ability to consciously shift your circumstances, and a deeper awareness of yourself. This is not simply an intellectual exercise. It's a pathway to personal transformation. This new perspective can help you transcend limiting beliefs, create a more fulfilling personal narrative, and experience an expanded sense of self. This journey we are embarking on together has the power to fundamentally change your experience. Understanding that reality can be likened to a dream means you will be receiving information that could alter the very foundation of your worldview. This entire exploration will be grounded in ideas of personal empowerment, self-discovery, responsibility, and conscious creation. These concepts are not merely abstract ideas. They're practical tools for reshaping your experience. This is about moving from being a passive observer to an active co-creator of your own reality. It's about taking responsibility for the dream you're living, rather than assuming it's all happening to you. Your individual perception of reality, filtered through personal beliefs, memories, and conditioning, creates a unique dream that is entirely your own. What you focus on, the emotional energy you invest, and the beliefs you hold, all these act as a kind of script, shaping the experiences you encounter. The very act of paying attention directs your reality, both in the waking world and the sleeping one. Much of this dream is driven by subconscious programming, both personal and societal. Unacknowledged beliefs act like invisible forces, shaping the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors you experience without conscious awareness. This programming is often learned early in life and has become a default system that determines how we respond to daily events and the larger world. We are also participants in a collective consciousness, meaning that we influence and are influenced by the shared dream of our world. This interconnectedness means there is a larger dynamic that influences your individual experience, a vast underlying current that flows through all aspects of our reality. But if this is all a dream, a subjective construct, then who is the dreamer? What does it mean to wake up from this dream? Is there a reality beyond this one? We will explore all of these questions. Later in this video, and throughout this series, we'll look deeper into the personal symbols you see in your daily life and how to interpret them. We will also revisit how emotional triggers function as a kind of alarm clock, waking you up to subconscious beliefs that are ready to be transformed. We will explore techniques for rewriting the script of your life and uncover practical tools for changing the dream and moving into a new, more expanded experience of reality. We will even look at the possibility of a collective awakening. So, if this reality is a kind of dream, it stands to reason that your life, your experiences, follow a type of script, a personal dream script that is uniquely your own. Think of the recurring situations that seem to follow you, the types of relationships you keep finding yourself in, or the similar choices you make over and over again. These aren't random. They are manifestations of a subconscious script, a kind of pre-written narrative that your mind keeps replaying. This script is created from your past experiences, the things you've been told, the patterns you've observed, and is constantly replaying in the background, shaping the world you see. It's like a dream that has a familiar setting, the same characters appearing over and over again, and the same kind of emotional tone that repeats through each scene. Maybe you keep encountering the same type of conflict, the same difficult boss, or the same type of romantic partner who always lets you down. These are the recurring themes in your dream, and they aren't just random occurrences. They are part of a larger pattern that your mind is constantly creating and reinforcing. Recognizing these personal dream scripts is the first step toward understanding how you are creating your current reality, and is a way to begin to observe the mechanics of your own dream. But these personal scripts are only part of the story, because we are also participants in a collective dream, a shared reality that is shaped by societal norms, cultural expectations, and media narratives. These are the societal scripts, the templates that tell us how we are supposed to live, what we should value, and what we should believe. Think about the educational system that often rewards conformity over creativity, the consumer culture that convinces you that you need more to be happy, or the endless stream of media narratives that shape your perceptions. These societal scripts act as pre-written templates for our collective dream, influencing our personal narratives as well. These scripts operate like the predestined locations in your dream: the familiar school, the shopping mall, the office, the places you inhabit, and the people you meet. They are the set pieces of the collective dream, and they can become the recurring themes of your personal dream if you are unaware. These societal scripts create a collective dream of limitation, often convincing you that you are not enough, that you need to fit in, that you have to strive for external approval, and these same limiting beliefs become personal themes in your unique experience. These personal and societal scripts are not static. They are constantly reinforced through behavioral loops, which are our daily routines, habits, and patterns of behavior. Think of the way you start your day, the routes you take to work, the way you interact with people, or the way you react to stress. These loops are like the familiar paths in your dream, the routes you take automatically without even thinking, often reinforcing the patterns that are already there. You might find yourself repeatedly checking social media, constantly worrying about the future, or repeatedly engaging in negative self-talk. These are all patterns of behavior, and each time you repeat them, you're reinforcing the existing dream script. The issue here is not simply that we engage in these behaviors, it is that they often operate automatically, without conscious control. You are playing out a role in a dream, even though you think you are awake. And just like a dream character that always reacts the same way even when you try to control it, these behaviors operate automatically until you realize that you are dreaming. These patterns often reveal themselves through emotional triggers, which are like alerts from the deeper dream, signaling that something within the script is ready to be examined. Think about a situation that makes you feel angry, anxious, or frustrated. These are not simply random emotional responses. They are often linked to past unresolved experiences, repressed fears, or limiting beliefs. These triggers are a way the deeper dream sends a signal, drawing your attention to a hidden aspect of your subconscious. Much like a dream symbol that alerts you to an issue, an emotional trigger highlights a place where there's an unresolved pattern that is playing out through your personal dream. It's like a character in a dream that suddenly behaves unexpectedly, drawing your attention to a hidden aspect of the dream's narrative. When a particular comment, situation, or interaction triggers a strong emotional reaction, it's a sign that an underlying subconscious script is being activated, both from personal experiences and collective beliefs. This is the moment where you have an opportunity to see your dream for what it is. If our reality is a dream, then our beliefs are the fundamental programming language, the code that shapes what we experience. What you believe to be true, you experience as true. This isn't just a philosophical idea, it's a practical observation about the way our minds and the world interact. Beliefs act like the rules in a dream. If you believe you can fly in a dream, you fly. If you believe the world is a dangerous place, you will find the world to be dangerous. In the same way, if you believe you are worthy of love and success, you will likely create experiences that reflect that belief. If, on the other hand, you believe you are unworthy or destined to fail, your reality will consistently reinforce that limiting belief. This is why the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world are not passive ideas. They're active creators, shaping your experiences in every moment. Our beliefs are not just opinions. They are the foundational elements of the dream we create. And these beliefs are constantly seeking validation through what we could call a belief confirmation loop. Your beliefs actively seek out evidence to confirm themselves, trapping you in self-perpetuating cycles. For example, if you believe people are generally untrustworthy, you will likely interpret neutral actions as suspicious, reinforcing your initial belief. You will be constantly searching for evidence that supports your view, disregarding all information that contradicts it, and this dynamic plays out just like in a dream, where the environment constantly reinforces the beliefs of the dreamer. You might even find yourself unconsciously creating situations that confirm your beliefs, because you are actively selecting for a specific experience. If you believe the world is a dangerous place, you will see threats everywhere. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll interpret even positive feedback as criticism. This is how the dream reinforces itself, based on our internal states. We are continually creating experiences that confirm the beliefs that already exist inside us. This also connects directly to the concept of self-fulfilling prophecies. Your expectations about the future, about yourself, and about the world often shape the outcomes you experience. If you believe that you will succeed, you're more likely to take the actions and maintain the positive attitude that lead to success. If you believe that you will fail, you're likely to sabotage yourself and give up easily, making that failure more likely. This isn't just about positive thinking, it's about recognizing the power of your expectations to manifest reality. If your expectation is that you'll have a bad day, you'll likely be more attuned to any minor inconvenience, thus making your prediction come true. This operates the same way in a dream. What you expect, you see manifested, and this dynamic is mirrored in your daily life as well. It's a feedback loop that is always running, creating the world you experience. This also works on a larger scale. If a society believes that a certain group of people is less capable, it creates educational and economic systems that reinforce that belief, thereby fulfilling the prophecy. Now, let's consider this through a slightly different lens. While the idea that this reality is like a dream is a metaphor, there are concepts in quantum physics that mirror this idea, especially the observer effect. In quantum physics, the act of observation changes the behavior of subatomic particles. It is as if the particles only fully manifest when they are observed. Now, while we are not suggesting that you are literally manipulating subatomic particles with your thoughts, this concept provides a powerful analogy for the way your attention shapes your reality. Just like your attention shapes the dream you see, your focus of attention influences the world you perceive, highlighting the malleability of the physical world and its responsiveness to consciousness. Remember, the point of this exploration isn't to present a literal scientific explanation of our reality, but to show the profound influence of consciousness in shaping our experience. we're exploring a metaphor that helps us understand our power and the nature of this dream. The main idea is this: where your attention goes, your experience follows. But what happens when we begin to recognize the constructed nature of this dream, when we begin to see through the illusions? These moments of clarity, often called waking up moments, can occur when we start to question the script, when we see glitches in the matrix, when the underlying dream seems to temporarily dissolve. These moments often happen after intense emotional experiences, during times of significant change, or even just in quiet moments of contemplation. It's like suddenly becoming aware that you are dreaming and realizing that the rules that applied before no longer hold true. In those moments, you may feel as if you have suddenly stepped outside of the normal flow of time, or seen an underlying truth that was always there, but was hidden until now. Maybe you had a really difficult experience that suddenly revealed a pattern in your life, or you've been on a retreat that created a shift in perspective, or you might have just had a moment of total clarity during meditation. These are the moments when the dream briefly fades and a deeper reality is glimpsed. These waking up moments are often linked to the release of emotional baggage, because suppressed emotions reinforce limiting beliefs and keep us trapped within the dream. When we hold on to unacknowledged pain, sadness, or fear, we're essentially reinforcing the patterns of our subconscious script. Releasing these emotions can create a sudden shift in perception, allowing us to see past the illusions. It is as if the accumulated tension was keeping the illusion in place, and the release of that tension allows us to see the reality underneath. These moments of emotional release act like a reset button, temporarily dissolving the constructs of the dream and bringing a sense of clarity. Have you ever had an emotional breakthrough that suddenly made you see your life differently? That's the power of emotional release, and it's often the beginning of the waking up process, as the patterns of the dream begin to dissolve. During these moments of transformation and emotional release, personal symbols might become especially vivid or take on new meanings. These symbols might show up in your dreams, your meditations, or even in your daily life, often drawing your attention to specific themes or patterns. For example, if you often see water in your dreams or in your life, this could be a symbol of your emotions or unconscious mind, and during these waking up moments, the meaning of the symbol may become clearer. If you see a specific type of animal, a house, a vehicle, or another recurring image, it's worth reflecting on how these symbols are showing up and what underlying messages they might carry, as they could be pointing you towards an understanding of your deeper dream. Take a moment to think about the significant symbols in your life. What are they, and what might they be telling you? These symbols can provide invaluable insights into the hidden dynamics of your own unique dream. The good news is, by understanding the constructed nature of the dream, you also gain access to the power to rewrite it, to change the script, to explore the depths of your creative power. It's not about escaping reality, it's about consciously participating in its creation. These waking up moments are a glimpse of what is possible beyond the normal limitations of the dream. They offer a sense of agency and empowerment, and it is this power that we will explore further moving forward. Recognizing these moments allows us to transcend the predefined scripts, the behavioral loops, and limiting beliefs that keep us trapped. It is the first step toward the conscious co-creation of our reality. So, if all this is true, if our reality is a dream, and our beliefs are the language of its creation, then how do we begin to intentionally rewrite it? How do we change the script? Well, it starts by recognizing that you, the dreamer, have the power to influence the dream, even within the shared societal construct. This is not just a philosophical concept. It's an actionable path for personal transformation, and it begins when you recognize that you're not a passive observer, you're the active creator of your experience. You have the power to change the emotions, the beliefs, and the behaviors that are shaping your current reality, which is a key factor in this process. The recurring patterns we've discussed, the emotional triggers, the belief confirmation loops, and the behavioral habits can all be transformed. These are not immutable laws, but patterns that can be recognized, understood, and changed. This is where the idea of conscious creation comes into play, because by recognizing the patterns that are driving your experience, you can consciously choose to change them, to alter your personal narrative, and even influence the larger collective dream. It's not about forcing change, but about bringing awareness to the mechanics of the dream and gently shifting its direction. You are the director of your experience, and you have far more power than you may currently believe. The dream is not something that happens to you, but something that you are creating every moment, and understanding this single point is the beginning of your freedom. Think of it like this. If you are dreaming and become aware that you are dreaming, you are now in a lucid dream, and you gain access to the controls. You can fly, change the environment, and interact with the dream in a conscious way. This is what it means to live with an understanding of reality as a dream. You gain access to the controls. You begin to understand that the dream is malleable to your intentions, and you recognize your power as the dreamer. In the same way, you can make conscious choices within this reality, and you can alter the script of your life by changing the emotions, beliefs, and actions that create your experience. You have the ability to create a new version of your reality, and this new perspective is one of the most empowering ideas we can explore together. The concepts we've covered may seem complex, but the techniques for changing the dream are simple and accessible, and this is the exciting part. You don't need a degree in quantum physics or to be an expert in dream interpretation to make a shift in your own reality. We will address these techniques in depth in the next section, and you will have a chance to explore them for yourself and to begin to discover the infinite power that is available to you when you know that you are dreaming. So, let's bring all these ideas together. If our reality is a dream, shaped by our beliefs, emotions, and programming, then it's not a passive experience, but one where you, the dreamer, have the ability to shape and change what you experience. This is the culmination of everything we've discussed so far, not just a nice idea, but a fundamental truth about the nature of your existence. The recurring symbols, the emotional triggers, and the behavioral loops we discussed are not random. They are the mechanics of your dream, the patterns that reveal the underlying scripts of your subconscious. When you see how all these pieces fit together, you begin to see that your life is not happening to you, but is a result of the intricate interplay between your conscious awareness and your subconscious patterns. Understanding this interconnected system gives you a map of your personal dream and provides the knowledge needed to begin changing it. And the most important understanding is this. The power to change your dream, your experience, lies entirely within you, a power that has always been there, waiting for you to become aware of it. Think about it. The limitations you perceive, the challenges you face, the problems you keep encountering, they're all part of your dream, and they all contain invaluable information about your subconscious programming. If you find yourself repeatedly experiencing a lack of financial abundance, this is not a random occurrence, but an indicator of a deeply held belief about money. If you consistently find yourself in conflict with others, this reveals an underlying pattern of communication and expectation that you might be unaware of. If you feel stuck in a job you hate, this is not a fact of life, but a reflection of a script you have accepted. These are not simply problems. They are opportunities to examine your dream from a higher perspective. They are the very things that highlight the underlying mechanics of how you are creating your experience. The more you understand the root cause, the easier it becomes to rewrite the script of your personal narrative by consciously reshaping your beliefs, your emotions, and your actions. And as you do, you will begin to see how easily the experience changes around you. Now, let's consider the broader implications of this perspective, because realizing that reality is a dream also fundamentally changes the way you interact with others. If everyone is experiencing their own personal dream, then the way they behave and the way they react is simply the result of their own subconscious patterns and beliefs. This doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it does allow for a deeper sense of empathy and compassion, as you realize that everyone is doing their best to navigate their own unique experience of this shared dream. You understand that their actions are simply a reflection of their own internal world, just as your own are a reflection of yours. When you see the world through this lens, you begin to understand that judgments of others reveal more about your own beliefs than about their character. When you embrace this, you are also opening the door for understanding your own reactions to others. And as you do, you will not only start to have more compassion, but you will also begin to see more of your own patterns being reflected in others. This understanding also reveals a deeper meaning behind all those recurring patterns. They're not just random occurrences, they are clues, guiding you to your deepest beliefs and subconscious programming. These patterns are like the familiar symbols that appear in our dreams, each one pointing to a particular theme or emotion that needs to be examined. They reveal the hidden scripts that are driving your personal experience, and by becoming aware of the patterns, you are no longer limited by them, as understanding creates the possibility to transform. By examining your triggers, by identifying your repetitive behaviors, by noticing your recurring relationships, you are gaining access to the keys to rewriting your personal reality. You're not just analyzing your life, you're becoming an active participant in the ongoing creation of your experience. Once you understand the patterns, you have the ability to rewrite them, to change the script, to change the very experience you are having. One of the most empowering implications of realizing that reality is a dream is understanding that your limitations are, in fact, self-imposed, merely an agreement that you have with yourself. The boundaries that seem so solid, the obstacles that appear insurmountable, are not inherent limitations of reality, but are simply boundaries of your own belief system. The fear of failure, the belief that you are not good enough, the idea that the world is a dangerous place, these are all beliefs, not facts. You have accepted these limitations as your own, but if you recognize that they are simply part of the dream, you also gain the power to dismantle them and create a new reality. If you believe you are stuck in a dead-end job, that's a belief. If you believe you are incapable of loving relationships, that's also just a belief. And if you believe you will be sick your whole life, that too is only a belief. These are simply the boundaries that your subconscious has created and are not real limitations of what you can achieve or experience. When you understand that the limitations are self-imposed, you also understand that you are the active creator of your experiences, not just a passive participant in a pre-written reality. Your life is not something that is happening to you, it's something that is happening through you. You are not simply reacting to the world, you are creating it with every thought, belief, and emotion. This is not to say that external factors don't have an impact, but ultimately, your perception of these factors is what shapes your experience. When you live with this awareness, you move from a state of reactivity to a state of active creation. You begin to see that your life is a work of art, and that you are the artist, free to paint your reality according to your inner vision. Understanding this creates a shift in perception that is the core to all transformation. Now, all these concepts. Your personal scripts, the societal scripts, the beliefs, the emotional triggers, the behavioral loops are all interconnected, forming a holistic understanding of the dream's mechanics, and they are all working together, not against you, but for you if you see it from a new perspective. Each element influences the others, creating a self-perpetuating cycle that until now you may not have recognized. Your beliefs shape your perception, your emotions trigger your reactions, and your behaviors reinforce the patterns, creating the same experiences over and over again. But once you understand how these are all connected, you gain the ability to change the entire system, shifting one aspect and creating a ripple effect across all aspects of your life. It is like seeing the entire architecture of your dream, and as you do, you begin to understand how to redesign it, and that power is now fully in your hands. And this is where it all comes together, because once you understand these connections, you can begin to rewrite these patterns, leading to a fundamental transformation of both your personal experience and the collective experience. By changing your beliefs, by processing your emotions, by altering your behaviors, you are changing the very fabric of your reality. It is not about escaping reality. It is about consciously creating a new one that is a direct reflection of your true desires. The ability to rewrite these patterns, to alter the loops, to change the script, is the core to the power you have always had. You are not limited by your past or by your circumstances. You can break free from the illusion that you are powerless and embrace your identity as a conscious creator of your own existence. And more than that, you are a conscious co-creator of this entire dream. And now, let's return to the very beginning of this exploration, to the question of whether this is a dream. We have now explored many of the patterns and mechanics, and it's now apparent that you are both the dreamer and the dream itself. You are not just an observer in this reality. You are the one who is creating it in every moment with your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, and your actions. You are not separate from your experience, and you are the source of it all. And once you fully embody this understanding, you have access to the infinite creative potential that resides within you. You already possess all the tools you need to create the reality you truly desire, and now you know how to use them. You've been given a glimpse behind the curtain, a chance to see how the dream works, and now you get to decide what happens next. And so, while this journey may feel complex, the actual practice is simple. It is about bringing awareness to the present moment. It is about examining your beliefs. It is about processing your emotions. And it is about taking conscious action toward your desired reality. You do not need to know all the secrets of the universe or be some perfect spiritual master. You simply need to show up in your own life and actively participate in its unfolding. It is a moment-by-moment choice, and each moment is a new opportunity to step into your power. It is a step-by-step process of awakening from a dream. It is not a destination, but a way of being, a way of interacting with life. And so, even though change may not happen overnight, rest assured that you now have all the tools you need to rewrite your personal dream. And this brings us to an important question. If you can rewrite your own dream, what will you create? The possibilities are truly limitless, and that is because you, the dreamer, are limitless. Now that you are aware of your power, what kind of experiences will you actively choose to create? What kind of relationships will you manifest? What kind of purpose will you pursue? This awareness transforms your experience from a passive observer to a conscious creator, and you can now choose to bring to life your most beautiful vision. Begin to explore these possibilities. Imagine the new realities you can create, and allow yourself to dream freely. And if you can rewrite your own personal dream, what does that mean for the collective dream we share with others? If we are all co-creators of this reality, then the changes we make within ourselves also affect the world around us. When you consciously shift your beliefs, when you embrace your creative power, you are contributing to a global shift in consciousness. By rewriting your own personal dream, you are also contributing to the rewriting of the larger collective dream as well. We can all be the change we wish to see, and this power resides in each one of us. And so, as you move forward, consider using your power not only for your own benefit, but for the benefit of all. And so, as you continue on this journey, reflect on your own life, identify your patterns, and begin to make conscious choices that align with your desired reality. This is an ongoing journey of awakening, and each step brings you closer to realizing your full potential. Begin to observe the patterns in your life, to examine your triggers, to acknowledge your limiting beliefs, and to actively choose beliefs that empower you. Begin the journey into conscious creation today, and witness your transformation begin to unfold before you. There is a great power in this knowledge, and now is the time to begin to use it. And this is just the beginning of our exploration, because there are countless possibilities that await us, and many more depths to explore together. I invite you to continue this journey with me in future videos, where we will dive deeper into the practical techniques for conscious creation and explore the ever-expanding possibilities of our shared reality. The journey is only just beginning, and together we will continue to uncover the mysteries of our existence as we actively create a world that reflects our deepest aspirations with clarity, intention, and boundless potential.